Hello and welcome to another Guardians of Wiltshire video. I'm your host Derry, and this week on Send Forth All Legions, The Grey Company. The Grey Company is the group of rangers who travelled south in order to accompany their chieftain Aragorn into the battle against Mordor, commanded by Halbarad Dunadan, Aragorn's kinsman. The rangers who make up the Grey Company are grim-faced and hardy men who have spent numerous years stalking the wooded terrain of the northern lands, keeping them safe and free from the servants of Sauron that seek to gain a new foothold in that region. Meeting with Aragorn upon the Fords of Isen, the Grey Company accompanied him on the path of the dead onto the city of Pelargir, where they helped capture the Corsair fleets and slay their pirate crews. From there, the company sailed up the Undern to the docks of Harland, leaping from the bows of the ships, joining the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. Although the Grey Company largely comprised Aragorn's kinsmen from the north, they were not the only ones to make this journey with the heir of Isildur. Aragorn's constant companions, Legolas Greenleaf and Gimli son of Gloin, made the same journey and fought alongside him. Aragorn's kinsman, Halbarad Dunadan, led the Grey Company to the side of the king, and carried him the banner of Arwen Evenstar, made by the elf maiden herself. Having accompanied Aragorn on many previous travels, Elladan and Elrohir, the twin sons of Elrond, also rode south with the Grey Company. Together, the small band of warriors that made up the Grey Company were a fearsome force comprising of some of the greatest fighters of the Third Age, and led into battle by none less than the true King of Gondor. So as you can tell from that synopsis, it's going to be a very hero-heavy list. So we'll dive right into the army composition, and it's made purely of heroes. So firstly we have Aragorn's Strider, who can take armour, a bow, an elven cloak. Then you have Halbarad, who can take the banner of Arwen Evenstar. You have Legolas Greenleaf, who can take armour and an elven cloak. You have Gimli son of Gloin, who can take an elven cloak. Then you have Elladan and Elrohir, who can take elven bows, elven cloaks, or heavy armour. And then you have Rangers of the North, who can take spears. So you've got some really hard-hitting heroes. You'll have plenty of might in the list, as you'll see later, but definitely a really, really cool list. So the additional rules. The Grey Company first force must always include Aragorn's Strider, who is always the army's leader. Makes sense. A Grey Company army is always deployed as a single warband, regardless of the number of models, with Aragorn as the warband's captain. So that negates a common problem for all hero lists, where they have to deploy separately and you have to use might to get them in the right positions. This one, you just drop where you want it. It makes it far more unlikely that you're gonna accompany or get split off in hold ground, etc. And it's really, really handy. So special rules. Passing of the Grey Company. Having arrived at the docks of Harland together upon the Corsair ships, the Grey Company fight hardest when they fight alongside their kin. All models from this army list gain the Woodland Creature special rule, and the Rangers of the North may benefit from the Standfast of Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Halbarad, and Elladan and Elrohir. Additionally, Rangers of the North increase their attacks value to 2, whilst they have the infantry keyword. So they cannot take a horse in this Legendary Legion, so they've always got 2 attacks, which is an excellent benefit. And being independent heroes that can benefit from the other heroes' Standfast is really, really handy. Really handy. And Woodland Creature is just an excellent bonus. So the other special rule is the heir of Isildur. The rightful heir to the throne of Gondor, Aragorn, has finally come to fulfill his destiny. Aragorn does not have to pay points for Anduril, Flame of the West. He automatically has this upgrade. It is free. So this is the same as the Return of the King Legendary Legion. It's got the same name as well. So this shows, this is the disparity between the books and the film. But in both of those Legendary Legions, he is the rightful King of Gondor. He already has Anduril in the books and in the films, so he rightfully should be able to take it. So the designer's notes. This legendary legion represents the company that travelled with Aragorn to the Battle of Pelennor Fields as depicted in the book. It is comprised entirely of hero models. As this is Aragorn's defining moment, it seemed fitting to allow him to take Anduril, Flame of the West, for no additional cost in points, providing a nice bonus for players who wish to recreate the company from the books. The Grey Company is largely made up of the Grim-Faced Rangers of the North, and you may have noticed that they essentially have retained their army bonus from the Rangers list, making them rather deadly in a fight. As the Grey Company are so few in number, having Aragorn's kinsman in the force, carrying the banner of Arwen Eaverstar can be crucial for the army's success. Not only does it provide a 6-inch banner, but also makes all friendly models fearless. Very handy in a tight spot. I completely agree, and you will tell by my lists later why I completely agree. So we'll move on to the hierarchy of heroes. So, the hierarchy of heroes. We're going to do them at 450, 600, 750 points as per usual. We'll dive into 450 because it's a little bit strange, as in how I see it. So you always have to take Aragorn, so he is always head of the hierarchy. Then I think you can split into three different ways. So you can take Halbarad, you can take Elladan and Elrohir, or you can take Legolas and Gimli. Or just one of them if you wish. Then you can kind of chop and change. So I think predominantly you want to be taking Legolas or Halbarad. And then after that, if you're taking Legolas, you can get Gimli and some Rangers of the North. If you're taking Halbarad, you can just fill them with Rangers of the North, or you can get Elladan and Elrohir and not have any Rangers of the North. So it's definitely a complex hierarchy at 450 points. At 600 points, I think you take Aragorn, then you take Halbarad. Halbarad has always got his banner. He's similar to Gamling, you always take his banner. Then you can split into Elladan and Elrohir, or Legolas and Gimli, and then your Rangers of the North. 750 points, I think you can get all the heroes in. So my kind of order would be Aragorn, Halbarad, Elladan and Elrohir, Legolas, then Gimli, then Rangers of the North. I put Elladan and Elrohir before Legolas and Gimli because you get 6 might for kind of a little bit more points. But they both have strike, you can give them both bows, they can become real Swiss Army knives of how you build them with their war gear. So we'll come on to the army lists next. Back in with the all-hero Grey Company army lists. Going from the hierarchy, you will see, and I've spoken about it already, that Halbarad is quite crucial. So we'll start with 450 points. So I have Aragorn, obviously with Anduril, and I've given him armour. Then I have Halbarad with the banner of Arwen Evenstar, and 6 Rangers of the North. So not a very big force at all. So it has 8 models. You do have the banner of Arwen Evenstar, which, as the designer's note says, gives you a banner reroll, crucially, over 6 inches. And you become fearless, which is amazing. It has 9 bows, because I haven't given Aragorn one. It has 14 might with Mighty Hero, absolutely phenomenal. You've got 2 heroic strikes and a heroic march. There's a strong secondary hero. Your rangers, like it says in the special rules, get 2 attacks, and everything has woodland creature. I think this is pretty good. Grey Company are one of those forces where I think it slightly depends on matchup and scenario. I think it can do well. You've obviously got to whittle down a little bit with your bow fire, and then maybe when you get into combat, call heroic combats everywhere and try and really whittle down your opponent. Imagine if you suddenly swung to a flank, got all your guys engaged, and then called heroic combats with all of them, kind of tag teaming and helping along as you went. You would be able to do a fair amount of damage. So we'll move on to 600 points. In this warband, I have Aragorn with Andril and armour, Halbarad with the banner of Arwen Evenstar. Then I've got Elladan and Elra here, who have got heavy armour and an elf bow, and then I've got 5 Rangers of the North. So this has 9 models, the banner of Arwen Evenstar again. It has 8 bows, it has 17 might with Mighty Hero, it has 4 heroic strikes, it has heroic march, it has strong secondary heroes across the board. Then you've got your 2 attack Rangers of the North and Woodland Creature for everyone. So I've included the twins because I think they provide a little bit more utility than Legolas and Gimli, and I think the model count would get slightly less. So I think having 4 heroic strikes, especially on 2 Fight 6 elves, is really, really handy. It allows you to go and just take out heroes straight away. So we'll move on to 750 points. So again, this has Aragorn, who's got Andril and armour, Halbarad with the banner of Arwen Evenstar, and then you've got the twins, Elladan and Elra here with heavy armour and elf bow, Legolas with armour, Gimli, and 3 Rangers of the North. So again, this has 9 models, I think. Yeah, that's correct. It has the banner of Arwen Evenstar. You've got 9 bows, but you've realistically got 11 shots if you want to with Legolas. You have more than 14 might that I've written down. You have quickly 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 points of might with Mighty Hero. Absolutely phenomenal. 6 heroic strikes. So all your heroes, bar Rangers of the North, have heroic strike. You've got heroic march from Aragorn, which means you can romp around the board when you need to. You've got strong secondary heroes across the board as well. Your 2 attack Rangers and your Woodland Creature for your models. Along with that, you have Legolas and Gimli's ability to pop off each other and get more bonuses to wound. Like I say, you go in and you call heroic combats with everyone. You try and flash kill as many models as possible. You burn your might where you can. If you suddenly come out of it, and you've killed, say, 18 models, in 750 points force, that may be close to half their models, which would be really, really handy. You've got enough bows to be able to snipe heroes' horses, and you've got the might to do it as well. So I think it could be quite a strong force. You may want to up your model count and drop one of the heroes. So say you drop Gimli, you get another 3 Rangers of the North, maybe give some of them spears, give Aragorn a bow. But I think all in all, I think that's probably the way I'd go. You'd want to see it with all the heroes, all the main guys. So if you've enjoyed this video, please comment, like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.